Hey, this is Mrs. Hasmer, and today's lesson is Eureka Math, Module 1, Grade 6, Lesson 11, Comparing Ratios Using Ratio Tables. Okay, so for the classwork, it's on page S49. Example 1, it says create 4 equivalent ratios, 2 by scaling up and 2 by scaling down using the ratio 30 to 80. So if you're scaling up, you're going to multiply. And I always tell you go by lower numbers. So we're going to multiply here by 2 and by 3. So 2 times 30 is 60. 2 times 80 is 160. So it'd be 60 to 160 for your ratio. And then 3 times 30 is 90. So it'd be 92. 3 times 80 is 240. So 90 to 240. If you're scaling down, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide by 10 each number. So 10 goes into 30 3 times, and 10 goes into 80 8 times. So this would scale down to 3 to 8. And let's try dividing by 5. 5 goes into 30 6 times. 5 goes into 80. What does it go into 80? 10, 16 times. Okay. All right, so 6 to 16. Okay, write a ratio to describe the relationship shown in the table. So you see that he has hours, a number of pizzas. You have 2 hours, 16 pizzas, 5, 40, 6, 48, 10, 80. So I can look at this and say, let me try to find what the 1 is. Remember, we've been doing that. We've been turning the ratio into a fraction. So this fraction would be 2 over 16. So I'm going to divide both to reduce it by 2. So 2 goes into 2 1 time, and 2 goes into 16 8 times. So it's 1 to 8. So in other words, I should probably be able to multiply each one of these numbers by 8 to get this number. Let's see if we're right. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 10 is 80. Okay? Now it works for this because they are what? Equivalent. Okay, exercise 1. The following tables show many words each person can text in a given amount of time. Compare the rates of texting for each person using the ratio table. So they have 3 minutes, 150 words. 5 minutes, 250 words. So if I divide 3, make these a fraction, because 3 to 150, I could see if these are equivalent and then go down. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they all are. But 3 goes into 3 1 time, and 3 goes into 150 50 times. 5 goes into 5 1 time, 5 goes into 250 5 times, right? So 1, excuse me, 1 to 5, right? Okay, so same for here. You can do the same. You can tell this is doubled, okay? So 2 goes into 2 1 time, 2 goes into 90 45 times. So 1 over 45, 1 to 45. And then the last one is Maria down here, 3 over 120. Make it a fraction, 3 to 120. Fractions 3 over 120. Divide both by 3 to reduce it. 3 goes into 3 1 time. 3 goes into 120 40 times. So this is 1 to 40, 1 to 45, and 1 to 50. Okay, and then you can compare who's faster. Okay. So this is on page S50, complete the table. So it shows Max has a texting rate of 55 words per minute. So if you put 1 minute, 55 words, because that's what they gave you, now I can just do like I always do, try and get the next 3 lowest numbers and multiply the 55 by it. So 1 to 55, 2 to 110, 3 to 55 times 3, 4 times 55, okay? Make sure you fill that in. Okay, let me try and get this one even because it's a little off. I don't think you can see it all. Okay. All right, making juice. This is exercise 2, comparing juice to water. The tables below show the comparison of the amount of water to the amount of juice concentrate in grape juice made by 3 different people. Whose juice has the greatest water to juice concentrate ratio? Okay, so who has the greatest amount of water is the first one. And the second one is whose juice would taste strongest. When they say taste strongest, it means it has less water in it. Okay? Be sure to justify your answers. So it says, put the juices in order from the juice containing the most water to the least water. So let's start with that. Let's start right here. So 12 to 4. If I make it into a fraction, 12 over 4. Now I want to reduce it. What number goes into the numerator and the denominator without having any leftovers is 4. 4 goes into 12 3 times, and 4 goes into 4 1 time. So our fraction would become 3 over 1, which is 3. Okay, so 3 to 1. So we're not putting anything anywhere yet. Okay, so the next one, water's 10, juice is 2. Make 10 to 2. Make it into a fraction, 10 over 2. Now I can reduce it. I know both those numbers are even. I can divide both numbers by 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 goes into 2 1 time. So our fraction would be 5 over 1. Okay? 5 to 1. And this one, we're going to do the same thing. Water's 8, juice is 2. It's 8 to 2. I'm going to make it into a fraction. 8 over 2. I'm going to divide both numbers because I know they're even by 2. And 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 2 1 time, so it'd be 4 to 1. Okay, so now it tells you put the juices in order from the juice containing the most water to the least. So the most water was which one? Was this one. It was 5 to 1. That's okay. And the next one was 4 to 1, and the least amount of water was the 3 to 1, right? Okay. All right, we're on page S50. What ratio was used to create each table? So we already said what the ratios were when we made them into fractions, right? So go back, put in the ratios for each one. Explain how the ratio could help you compare the juices. Well, when we reduced them, we were able to find how much one was, right? So, or how much water one would be. So it just helps you that way that you can see the water content, right? So, okay. Page S51B. The next day, each of the 3 people made juice again. Oh, they're just making a bunch of juice. Okay. This time, I think we're making apple juice. Okay. Let's see if you can see all that. Sorry. Okay, but this time they're making apple juice. Whose juice has the strongest water to juice concentrate ratio? So it's water to juice again. And whose juice would taste the strongest? When they say that, that would be who had more juice than water, right? Okay, be sure to justify your answer. So again, let's look at this. 12 to 2, I am going to make it in a fraction. 12 over 2, that's going to reduce. I'm going to divide both by 2. That'll give me 6 to 1 here. 6 to 1. Okay, next one. You have 15 over 6. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. So it'll be 5 to 2. And then the last one, 16 over 6. 16 to 6, 16 over 6. Divide both by 2 because you know they're both even numbers. So 2 goes into 16 8 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So 8 to 3. Put the juices in order from the strongest apple taste to the weakest apple taste. So I'm going to let you fill that out based on what we learned. Okay, explain how you use the values in the table to determine the order. Okay, so again, we looked at the numbers, right? All right, what ratio was used to create each table? I gave you the ratios, put those in. And if it'll go to the next page. Okay, this is page S52. Explain how the ratio could help you compare the juices. Well, it's easier to see how much water per one is, right? The value. So the value of the ratios. How was this problem different from the grape juice question in part A? Well, the grape juice, they had you put it from the most water to the least. And I believe if we go back, it was the opposite for the apple juice. Let's see. Strongest apple taste to the weakest apple taste. Okay, so yes, it would be reversed, right? Okay. Now we are on page S52. Max and Sheila are making orange juice. Oh my goodness. Max has mixed 15 cups of water with 4 cups of juice concentrate. Sheila has made her juice by mixing 8 cups of water with 3 cups of juice concentrate. Compare the ratios of juice concentrate to water using the ratio table. State which beverage has a higher juice concentrate to water. So, see, I don't like how they do this. This should be over here, and this should be over here. But it's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay, so Max, he has 15 cups of water, and he has 4 cups of concentrate. Okay? And so you can fill that out. Sheila has 8 cups of water to 3. So what you're going to probably have to do is find a common denominator to see yeah, you're going to have to do a common denominator for that one. So I'm going to do a separate small video for that showing that, and then I'll help you get through this question. How about that? Okay. And D is pretty similar. Victor is making recipes for smoothies. His first recipe calls for 2 cups of strawberries and 7 cups of other ingredients. His second recipe says that 3 cups of strawberries are combined with 9 cups of ingredients. Which smoothie recipe has more strawberries compared to the other ingredients? Use ratio tables to justify your answer. Okay, so I'm going to let you work on that. And like I said, I'll update it. Okay? Thank you.